Hey guys, it's Hayden from Tucson, Arizona. Today I want to dive deep into one of the most complicated and important chapters in American history, Reconstruction, the period after the Civil War. Today we'll break down the good, the bad, and why it mattered so much. So let's get into it. What was Reconstruction? Reconstruction was a time right after the Civil War when the United States tried to rebuild the South and figure out how to integrate all of the newly freed slaves into society. It was about rebuilding the Southern economy, granting civil rights to African Americans, and figuring out how to bring the Southern states back into the Union. It wasn't easy though. There was resistance everywhere, like black codes, violent groups like the KKK, and other just systemic racism. Um, Reconstruction officially ended when federal troops left the South, leaving segregation laws to take over. The three different plans for Reconstruction. The first one was Lincoln's plan. Abraham Lincoln wanted to reunite the country as quick as possible, and his plan was also called the 10% plan. It was pretty lenient and required only 10% of the voters in southern states to pledge loyalty to the Union. The second plan is Johnson's plan. After Abraham Lincoln's assassination, Andrew Johnson took over and made it easier for southern states to return to the Union, but his approach didn't do much to protect the rights of freed slaves. The third plan was Congressional Reconstruction. The Congress of the United States had a much stricter approach to Reconstruction. People like Charles Sumner wanted to protect the rights of freed African Americans and keep military control in the South. During Reconstruction, a lot of new amendments were passed, like the 13th, 14th, and 15th. The 13th abolished slavery in the United States. The 14th gave African Americans citizenship and equal protection under the law, and the 15th granted African American men the right to vote. These were huge in Reconstruction, but a lot of work had to be done for equality to become for equality to be a thing in America. The pros and cons of Reconstruction. The pros specifically was the end of slavery, the beginning of civil rights activism and equality. African Americans gained voting rights and other rights. Schools and organizations were created to support African Americans, like the Freedmen schools, and some African Americans were even elected to the government as senators and other spots. There were problems though, like the southern states resisting change through black codes. Groups like the KKK. The North losing interest in Reconstruction after a while and kind of just leaving it to the South, and segregation laws like the Black Codes and Jim Crow laws. The Reconstruction matters because it was a time of major changes for the U.S. and its citizens and the government. And it was just after the only civil war in American history that completely separated the country. So it was really important for the the states to unite again. Although Reconstruction was a time of big changes, it's also a reminder of how much farther the country still had to go to achieve true equality. Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one. I don't think there's gonna be a next one. Okay, bye.